good? I think it's good. Hi. I have been so happy, it's insane. I don't even know where to start. I am so glad I took this trip. I'm so glad I was able to stay as long as I could. I'm so glad that I am able to see Mexico and view Mexico on my own terms and at my own pace, and it has been amazing. Truly amazing. Yeah, so let's talk about Merida. So I left Playa del Carmen. As in my last video, if you want to go back and watch that, you know, Playa just was not for me. I'm not a big partier. I don't want to go out and party in club all night. I don't want loud music nonstop. That's just not me. So I hopped on the ADO bus, and after a 3.5-hour ride, I arrived in beautiful Merida. It was amazing. You know, for people who might think that they're scared to take the bus, don't be scared. Hop on the ADO. It's super safe. The most stressful part about it was the train station, but even then there was always somebody who was able to help me, even though there was a language barrier. For example, the attendant at the bus station knew I was scared. I was like, in English, I told him how do I know? I don't know what to do. What do I do? And then he just went like this, hey, huh? Uh-huh. Okay? And I was like, okay, listen, I'll listen. And they're gonna announce it. And they did, and I was fine, and I got there safely. Anyone who hasn't taken the ADO, my only tip is, it's not the time to wear shorts and a tank top. It's freezing. They are bumping that air conditioning on that bus. My bus on the way there did have Wi-Fi. A second bus to my second location did not. So I think some of them have Wi-Fi, some of them do not. I did wish, though, both times that I had something to cover up with. Even though on the second bus I did dress in pants and a bit warmer, it was still freezing on that bus. But definitely take the ADO. It was safe and affordable. Way cheaper than renting a car or getting a taxi. As far as Merida goes, you know, Merida is known for being one of the safest cities in Mexico, and I will definitely second that. I'm sure you've heard it before. I felt safe. You know, again, I wasn't drunk wandering around in dark alleyways doing weird stuff, but it was safe. The 2 nights that I did walk home alone, I felt fine. I didn't feel scared. There were other women solo walking by themselves. Merida is super safe. So yeah, it was great. While I was there was only a few power outages, and I came prepared for a power outage. And you know, it wasn't a big thing. The power was off for like maybe an hour or two. Yeah, it got hot, air conditioning went out, I woke up hot, and eventually it came back on and everything was fine. Wi-Fi was fine, I was able to get work done, no problem at all. Now, I will say that Merida is much hotter and much more humid than Playa del Carmen, and that's because it is further away, much further away from the beach. So when you go there, just know that any beach is going to be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour away. And I didn't mind that, but just wanted to let you know, because a lot of times people are doing research on YouTube videos like this one here. And for me, I saw people walking around in denim, and I was like, oh, people are wearing pants, like denim. Like, yeah, no, those are the locals. That's not for you. That's not for you. I have not put on denim once since I've been on this trip. Actually, in a rainstorm, I did put on my jean jacket, but there's no reason to bring jeans. There really isn't. Yeah, save that for the locals. I wish I had more to tell you about the nightlife in Merida, but I just didn't go out. I really enjoyed my daytime excursions, and then after I had fun at the daytime, I would go grab dinner and then head back to my bed and breakfast. The one thing I do like about Merida versus Playa is that things close, like the night ends and people go home and businesses shut down. It's not like a 24-hour party place, that's for sure. I stayed at a beautiful, charming, quiet, peaceful, amazing bed and breakfast called Casa Mezcla. And it was perfect. It was so cute and so charming. I felt safe. The staff was wonderful. And then I found out that it was a mother and daughter duo that run the place. And they were amazing. They learned me, I was there for a week or two. And man, they knew how to make my coffee. They knew what kind of juice I liked. They were amazing. I had a sad day while I was there. It was the anniversary of my dad's passing, and she knew I was muy triste, and she gave me a hug, and we talked about it. Merida's, I cannot express how special this place is. Yeah, besides the staff being great, I did fall in love with a cat. His name is Habibi, and I'm pretty sure he loves me too. I hope he loves me too. I miss him. I would feed him. I don't think I was supposed to be feeding him, but I did. And we became friends. And then he even tried to sneak into my room. Well, he did sneak into my room. And I had to have the staff come in, and we had to give him cat food to lure him back out. But the bed and breakfast does have 2 cats on the property. I think the other one's name is Noe. Noe didn't care about me. Noe doesn't care about anybody but himself, like most cats. But Habibi, if you're watching, I miss you. Food. Let's talk about food. Okay. Everybody talks about La Negrita. Definitely go. It's fun. If I was there with a whole bunch of friends, yeah, I would have gotten a lot more. Live music, the food was okay, but it's really about the music and the dancing. Super entertaining. I had a blast. I'm glad I went, but it wasn't my favorite place. My favorite place was Apawala. Man, delicious. I could eat there every day. I think I ate there every 2 days. They had a delicious short rib and avocado dish with like this mango puree. Then I had this amazing mascarpone dessert, like a lemon zest with like a graham cracker crust and just beautiful fruit on top. Apawala is where to go. They also had the best wine, if you ask me. They had a great wine selection. You know what? You know who also had a great wine selection and amazing food? Cienfuego. So Cienfuego is much more pricier than Apawala. Apawala is, it's not right. Well, it depends. I don't know. It's up to you. I thought it was affordable. Some might think it's a bit expensive, but Cienfuego, now that's where you're gonna spend your money. The inside is stunning, okay? Beautiful design, gorgeous, gorgeous plates, very attentive staff. The kind of place I'm guessing they're gonna go for like a Michelin. I would think so. It's ridiculously delicious. Great presentations on the food. Definitely worth checking out. But heads up, it is it's pricier. It's pricier. What I did love about a lot of these places, I haven't been really drinking on this trip. I've had a couple of beers, I've had a couple glasses of wine here and there, but throughout Mexico, I've noticed that they do a really good job with mocktails, and they're fun. And it makes you feel like they're just as beautiful as the cocktails, probably better tasting if you ask me. And I wish we did that more in the States, you know what I mean? Yeah, that was good. That was a game changer. I think if they offered more mocktails regularly, like you didn't have to ask for like a drink without alcohol, like, can I get a virgin this? Like, they're just on the menu, mocktails. And I would like to see more of that spread to the US. Maybe kick back on all this drinking culture that we have. So if you're in a restaurant in Mexico, definitely check out the mocktail section of your menu. One thing I also liked about Merida that it's everywhere, but Merida was the first time I used it. Uber and Uber Eats. Where I was staying, I could have walked to El Centro, like, the downtown area, or whatever you want to call it. But I didn't want to because it was hot. So I definitely used Uber a lot. It was very affordable. I think I would do it again. It was cheaper than renting a car, better than walking, and cheaper than taxis. So I definitely suggest using Uber and Uber Eats. You know, there was a couple of days where I had to get work done because I am working while on this trip. And it was nice to be able to stay in my room, get work done, and at the end of the night, if I wanted to, I can order whatever I wanted to order and get it delivered. So that was amazing. And I will confess, I did order Pizza Hut, and it was good. It didn't taste like different Pizza Hut. It tasted like regular old Pizza Hut. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for some people. Merida was also the place where my Spanish really kicked in. So I think it's because it's a much smaller town. You'll find less people who speak English. The fun thing is they want to learn English and you want to learn Spanish, and everybody's excited about learning. And I mean, Merida really took my Spanish to another level. Also, the staff of the bed and breakfast knew that I wanted to learn, and they were excited about that. And it was fun. It made things a lot of fun. I learned so much Spanish from the staff and from the friendly people in town. I'm more excited about learning Spanish than I ever was before, that's for sure. And I did come here during the rainy season. If you come, what month is it, September? Yeah, bring an umbrella. Or not, and just run. Running is also fun. But yeah, it rains. And when it rains, it pours. It comes down. It's tropical. It doesn't last long. But I do wish sometimes that I brought the umbrella, not only for the rain, but also for those extremely hot, sunny days as well. Okay, 2 places that you need to visit if you come to Merida. 1, Celestun. Oh my God, the place is gorgeous. I highly recommend getting on, what's that? It's called Find Your Guide, Get Your Guide. I'll put the information below. Great. I found the best tour guide ever. His name is Eric Fuentes. Eric, if you're watching, thank you again. I had a blast. You were amazing. And I just want everybody to call you. There's no reason to call anybody except for Eric. He knows what he's doing. He was a great tour guide. Celestun was amazing. I took a tour with him, and I think the tour was called Bio Natural, and it takes you into the mangroves. You get to go see the flamingos and these crazy raccoons. You get to learn a lot about nature and how it works. I had a blast. I took my camera, of course. I got some amazing shots. And it was just overall, I loved learning about nature and what eats what and what stays alive and how everything is connected. I saw my favorite birds. It was beautiful. After that portion of the tour, then we went down to the beach and spent the remainder of the afternoon there. And it was just stunning. Crystal clear blue waters, water warmer than bath water. There was a restaurant on the beach that was delicious, and I just had an overall good time there. I shared the tour with 2 amazing girls from London, and we exchanged information, and I'm telling you, there's just nothing more special than having these experiences with people from other countries and making new friends. I had a blast. The second place I think you should visit is Ixtamal, the Yellow City. Now, why it's yellow, I'm gonna leave that up to you to find out. Again, Eric was my tour guide for this tour, and I'm glad he was because he really, man, he knew everything. And I loved like the storytelling and the history of places. And it was just another beautiful place. And it just, you know, America is such a new country, and I don't know what our history is there, but when you go to places like Ixtamal, there's so much history and religion and stories, and it was amazing. You know, we went to, I think it's called Flor de Cocoyol, and met a beautiful man. He was so sweet and so funny, and he just told me story after story about the Mayan people and where his craft comes from. And he's been making beautiful jewelry for, I don't know, 30, 40 years, carrying on this tradition of making jewelry from the colonial, which is these big round bead things, seeds that come from the tree, and then they have to wait 25 years to process these things, and then they make beautiful jewelry. And yes, I bought some jewelry. He was amazing. And it was nice to hear somebody speak Mayan. He spoke a mix between Mayan and Spanish. And just again, the history here is amazing. After we visited, then I was able to go to a restaurant called Kinish, and they serve very traditional Yucatan food. We had a meal that's traditionally served on Mondays. We were there on a Monday, so I, of course, ordered that, when in Rome, and it was delicious. And then this beautiful little lady came out, and she was like, "Would you like me to prepare your meal for you?" And I was like, "Of course." And she did, and it was delicious. That was paired with a traditional drink. And again, it was just such a good time. So I highly suggest going to Izamal. The pictures too were just stunning. People tend to dress up to go there because it's just such a beautiful place. Instagram worthy. My battery went out. I never replaced my battery. Merida might be one of the most special places in Mexico. It's a very magical place. Everybody who lives there will say that. They know that it's magical. It's a very special place, and I will never, never, never forget my trip there. Merida, you took a piece of my heart, man. You took a piece of my heart. Not a piece, you took a chunk. You took a big chunk. I highly recommend visiting, and take your time there. There's so much art. I enjoy the shopping. That's where I got most of my souvenirs for my friends. It's an authentic, genuine town filled with kind people, good food, good art, and amazing experiences. This is my third, fourth trip to the Yucatan, and I'm just glad that I was able to really, I'm not crying, my eye itches. But I'm so grateful that I was able to really view Mexico and take my time and see it on my terms. So insanely grateful. I'm now on the last week of my trip here. It's been an amazing place. Where have I been now? Playa del Carmen, Celestún, Cisal, Puerto Aventuras, Merida, and now I'm in Cancun with a couple of day trips that I can't wait to share with you. But for now, that's it. That's all I have to say. I mean, I could say more, but I'm smiling so hard it hurts. Thank you again for watching this video. Thank you again for following me and subscribing. If you haven't, please do. Share this video with anyone you think may enjoy. And as usual, I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna let you do the same. Enjoy the lovely views from Casa Mezcla. And I hope everybody's out there being safe and staying cool. All right, let's get back to it. Until next time, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.